Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sahaja online meditation. And since more than 1 month, it became like a tradition. We are always, every Tuesday, we are inviting one Sahajugi who started Sahaja for some time. And we love to hear their experience, Saj journeys, and of course, we like to hear their seeking, what brought them to Sahaja Yoga. So it's always nice to connect with a different experience, but of course, the same seeking as we know. And because we are all seeking of the truth, that we are looking for the absolute truth and absolute joy and also absolute satisfaction, which comes from the spirit, right? So we are all looking for to become the spirit. So it's a beautiful, beautiful connection with the other Sahajogis who started Sahaja with a different experience, but the same seeking. And it's nice to hear what made them to be in Sahaja for a long time, that they can able to apply in their life and in daily life. It's not like a hobby, or it's not like just for sitting for the meditation. As so far we all learned, Sahaja has some principles, some values that as a human being it applies within us, not only sitting for 10 minutes or half an hour for the meditation. And so the special guest that today, our friend who is from Austria, but of course he lives here, she came all the way from England with her family for a few years ago. Now they live in Texas. And she's a musician, of course. Besides her experience of the Sahaja Yoga, we will listen her music too. And before listening her music, definitely we will meditate. And before the meditation, I would like to welcome her. Hi, Sia.
Hi, can you see me? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello from Texas, Austin, Texas. A big hello to everybody. Um, Obviously, I can't see you, but gives me great joy to know that a lot of you have found Sahaja Yoga and have found the meditation. And I wanted to introduce myself a little bit because I have a little bit of music with you to share later on. And so you get to know me just a tiny little bit. I don't want to take too much time because you're all waiting to meditate, and that's more important. So, just very briefly, my story is that back in 1991, I had a little bit of a hard time. My mother had passed away, and circumstances were a little bit hard with that. But otherwise, I had a very great childhood, great everything. But I must say, from a spiritual connection point of view, it was definitely my mom who has guided me in this direction. We always had very long talks about the meaning of life and what happens after, and why do things happen? Why do things happen in life? Always this asking, getting some answers. So when my mother passed away, my brother had already started a little bit to practice Sahaja Yoga meditation, and he invited me to a program. I may not have been one of these people who had this bombastic experience in the first time. I thought I was very special. I thought I had very great vibrations and I was a great seeker. But I don't think I had an amazing experience, but it felt extremely familiar. And it felt extremely, my heart was wide open. I loved the program. I loved the people. And it was a slow progress from there. Obviously, what I did not know was that in 1991, that very year, Shri Mataji came for the very, very first time to my hometown, Linz. Now, I thought as a young 19-year-old, oh, this is something that happens every year. Turns out this was the only year Shri Mataji ever actually set foot to the meeting. And so I went to the program. I kind of knew already a couple of people who practiced Sahaja Yoga, and it was an amazing experience, no doubt. It's just when Shimataji comes into the room, everything changes. The atmosphere just changes. It's just undescribable. So we were sitting through the program, and we were very lucky to have had the occasion to meet Shrimataji and go up to the stage, the area where she had the speech. And she was, at that time, she was holding everybody's hands, maybe said a few things, and then the next person came. So there was a long line queuing up to see Shrimataji. And they said, please, all the new people come. And I thought, I'm a new person. So I was obviously trying to queue rather in the front. And then somebody knocked on my shoulder and said, you're not new, you go in the back. And in a way, that statement that I'm not new, oh, I'm already a yogi, I'm already a meditator, that I was very proud. So I went in the back, we all queued up, and when I came to Shrimataji, she gave a big smile. It was undescribable. The big smile, she was holding my hand, and honestly, I was very immature and very young, but it felt like people said your eyes were blinking, like a bulb went off, and it was just a very, very beautiful moment. So that came to my mind. I don't want to talk too long. Again, I do talk too long, but just briefly, I have studied music and French in Vienna. So I wasn't quite sure what I do with my music, and it was actually, my seeking was a lot in the music, I must say, to really understand, am I a classical musician? Am I a pop musician? Am I a jazz musician? What am I doing? Or am I not doing anything? And for a long time, I didn't do anything. And it came rather later in Sahaja Yoga that I realized that obviously the music, if we get out of that state of mind that we do music to become famous or known or some entity, that is a hard one for a musician too, because you want to be maybe not famous but successful. You want to say, I have done something, I've achieved something, right? And that's tough. And if life doesn't necessarily give you this, then what do you do? And we knew in Sahaja Yoga, when we do music, we do it in order to offer it to the divine. This is really what is the most precious. And that was not an easy thing to necessarily feel, because as a musician, as a songwriter, you have for example, a tendency, you want to put all your soppy, left-sided, we say, emotional things into the music. But then the person who listens to it gets your depressive thoughts and feelings. So it's hard not to fall into that trap and give in to these emotions you want to express in your music, but to make them into praise and to make them into something positive, to get other people involved. And that's the hard thing. If you are not yourself necessarily balanced, you don't feel like I have the power or I have the capacity even to bring people and give them something that they sense and their vibrations and their kundalini rises. That's very hard if you're too attached to that. But I think over the years, I realized more and more and more, as it started by doing music for children, that when I started working with children, it was just, I actually was the one enjoying so much, because what comes back from them, and then you see those little happy faces. And from there, I realized I was the happiest whenever I create music for people who are seeking or who are meditating. And that's who I am today. So I even wrote you guys a song just for you, because Shania was saying, no, this program would happen. I was thinking of a moment. So that's my moment to you later, a little present to you all. And I want to give, yes, with those words, I hope they were a little bit, hopefully, inspiring. But if you have any questions later, please, we can talk and chat. And now we can have our meditation. So thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you, Sia. So, of course, we will have lots of questions to you, I believe, from our guests, from our friends. And so if it is okay, we can leave the questions after the meditation, after the music. So let's start for the meditation now. And as we always say, please sit comfortably wherever you are, either on the chair or your sofa or on the floor, but the preferable one is always to sit on the floor if you can. Please don't force yourself, because our first chakra, which is the Muladhara chakra, is connected with the Mother Earth. So once we get our realization, once our Kundalini awaken with our realization, with our desire, and this chakra manifests with the Mother Earth. And right now, please raise your Kundalini with your attention slowly 3 times. And we will give a bandhan ourselves 7 times for each chakra. Please try to do with your attention slowly. If our candle is on, please look at the flame of the candle. Without thinking. If the thoughts are coming, just watch them. You don't need to involve. Please remember, past is gone. We can't do anything for that. It is a myth. And the future is not accessed yet. The reality is the present. Both hands are on the lap. If you have Srimataji's picture, you can look at the Srimataji's picture. Even you can look at on the screen. Without thinking, we are looking at her red dot, which is the bindi. Slowly we can close our eyes. Please try to bring your attention on your heart. We can take a few deep breaths. Let's put our right hand on our heart chakra. In the same time, please put your attention on your heart and the spirit. Our spirit is located in our heart chakra. We will say from our heart, with full faith, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. I am not this body, not these thoughts, not this emotion, not these conditionings, not this expectation, and not this ego. I am just a pure spirit. Oh Mother, I am just a pure spirit. Mother Kundalini, please establish the pure love and the compassion into my heart with my spirit. Please let me to see the beauty in everything with my spirit without any conditionings. Please establish the joy of spirit into my heart. Slowly we can bring our attention on our Agya chakra, which is on the forehead. We can put our right hand on the forehead. Attention is on this chakra. Please bend your head as much as front without stressing your neck. Our left hand is open on the lap. With the desire and with full attention, let's say from our heart, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone, including myself. No need to think whom to forgive, doesn't matter. It is past. And please remember, whatever it happened with ignorance. Just forgive from your heart. Let's say one more time, without thinking the past. I forgive everyone, including myself. I forgive. I forgive. Oh, Mother, please make me able to forgive everyone, including myself. Oh, Mother, please let me able to forgive everyone, including myself. And I forgive. Slowly we can bring both hands on the Mother Earth. If you are sitting on the chair, you can just put both hands towards the Mother Earth. Our attention is on the first chakra. Please move your attention slowly on the first chakra. Our first chakra is under the spinal bone. It's a root chakra. Receive from our heart with our attention. O Mother, by your grace, I am innocent. Please say with very humble way from your heart. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am innocent. After our realization, we connect with our spirit. Spirit which we have within us is the innocent. No need to think about the past. Just say from your heart, I am innocent. Oh Mother, please establish my innocence, wisdom, the joy, and purity. Please remove all the impure desires from my Muladhara chakra. Please put all these impure desires into Mother Earth with my both hands. Slowly we can bring our left hand on the lap. Our right hand is still on the Mother Earth. Attention is on our left channel. Our left channel is on the left part of our body, and it starts from our Muladhara chakra and it ends on the right part of our brain. If we are away from our spirit and we accumulate all the things from the past and creates within us a super ego that we think always we are right. Let's ask our own Mother Kundalini to remove all the superego which we are not aware of it. Mother Kundalini, please remove all my past conditionings and expectations from my left channel. And please put them into Mother Earth with my right hand. Oh Mother, please put all my past emotions only into joy. Please remove all my lethargies and laziness, which are preventing my pure desire of divine. Slowly we can bring back our right hand on the lap. We will raise our left hand towards the sky. The palm is on the back. Fingers are straight. Our right hand is open on the lap. Please move your attention slowly on your right channel. Our right channel is the power of our actions. It gives a power for our actions for mentally and physically. This channel starts from our right Swadhisthana, which is on the lower abdomen where our liver is. And it ends this channel on the left part of our brain, where we create, knowingly or unknowingly, the ego and pride. So it comes from our right channel. When we think we achieve everything ourselves with position or with the material things. Our attention is on the right channel. Oh Mother, I surrender everything to you. You are the doer and enjoyer. I surrender all my pride, which I am not aware of it. Mother Kundalini, please remove all the futuristic thoughts and worries from my right channel. Please remove them through the ether element with my left hand. Please don't let me to think that I achieve everything myself. I surrender everything to you, Mother. So that we can bring back our hand on the lap. We will bring our attention on our Sahasrara, which is on the fontanel bone area, on top of the head. Can bring our right hand on the top of the head slowly. We are pressing with the center of the palm. Fingers are straight. And please move your right hand towards the clockwise. We are doing massage on top of the head, which is Sahasrara chakra. With full attention and with full desire, we will say, "Oh Mother, Please establish my self-realization. Please remove all the doubts from my mind and from my heart, that I can see the absolute truth in me with my spirit. Slowly we can bring back our hand on the lap. Attention is still on the Sahasrara. Receive from our heart, Mother Kundalini. Please let me to see the absolute knowledge of divine in me with my spirit. Please let me make part and a parcel of the whole with my spirit. We will continue to meditate silently without any affirmations. Please put your attention, continue putting attention your Sahasrara. And it helps us to be in meditation where we reach the silence within us without any doubts. Try to feel the joy of silence within. I will put a music on, which is a video that recorded by Sia. Please listen this music during your meditation.
So I hope you enjoyed a little bit this Native American flute that I was lucky to get from the Navajo or Navajo tribe in Arizona. And please keep your attention over your head very gently. Just keep the stillness, the silence going, because the best way to enjoy is to just listen thoughtlessly. So back in the 90s, also 80s, obviously before I was in Sahaja Yoga, we used to always have, obviously also later in the 2000s, we had these wonderful big programs with Shri Mataji, and we very often ended a program with music that we played in a group, which was probably mostly Indian music based. So this one here is a song that was featured a lot of times. It's called Jago Kundalini Ma, and it basically means rise Kundalini, rise Kundalini. So it's a slower song, but I hope you can feel the joy of the Kundalini rising. We would usually end on fast songs and a lot of joy, because that's how it is. When the Kundalini rises up, there's a lot of joy. Jago, 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 Jago. Jago Kundalini Ma, karo sab pe kripa. Jago Kundalini Ma, karo sab pe kripa. Sahasrami aake, sahasrami aake, जो हिलेंगे वो हम आसमान. जगो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा. जगो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा. मूलाधार में तुम बैठी हो माँ, सदियों से तुम सोई हुई. मूलाधार में तुम बैठी हो माँ, सदियों से तुम सोई हुई. इच्छा हुई पाले तुझको, इच्छा हुई पाले तुझको. हाजिर हो तुम, जागो कुंडलिनी माँ. Jago Kundalini Ma, karo sab pe kripa. Jago Kundalini Ma, karo sab pe kripa. Sama jao माँ, मजा में अभी सभी चक्र तुम निरंजित करो. समा जाओ माँ, मजा में अभी सभी चक्र तुम निरंजित करो. गणेश स्वयं पूजे तुझको, गणेश स्वयं पूजे तुझको. शरण में तेरे जागो कुंडलिनी माँ. जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा. जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा. सोई आत्मा में प्रकाश भरो, जो भी करे है चित्त एकाग्रित करो. सोई आत्मा में प्रकाश भरो, जो भी करे है चित्त एकाग्रित करो. तभी दूर होंगे अंधेरे, तभी दूर होंगे अंधेरे. रोशनी में तेरी जागो कुंडलिनी माँ. जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा. जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो Karo sape kripa, karo sape kripa, karo sape kripa.
So nice, yeah. Beautiful.
Hello. So that's the first timer that my bow falls off in the middle of violin playing. I'm glad this never happened in an orchestra concert. All right, I have to have a hold it. That's when you relax too much, see? So now the very final song. Thank you so much for staying and for listening. There's going to be one last song, and that's the one I promised you. Thank you, Maithe. The last song, that's for you. That's a little dedication with a lot of love, and welcome to the Sahaja family. It's a family for sure. I've never understood what they would talk about when they talked about brothers and sisters in other religious unions, and in wherever I came from my background, the priest maybe would say brothers and sisters. I never really felt it. I didn't know what he meant. And when I started meditating, it was just natural. I meet people I've never seen before, and when the kundalinis are up and when we're connected, it's just a very special connection that we all have, and it's a true family, and we're all there for each other, which is great. So hello to the Bay Area, a lot of love, and my last song, and then I let you go. If I make any mistakes, please forgive, because it's brand new. I walked in the morning, the dewdrops were falling, my old self not mourning, a new life is dawning now. The sun is just rising, the rays warm my heart, a breeze touches gently my soul, makes it rise higher and higher, higher and higher, uniting me with you. Making it rise higher and higher, higher and higher, uniting me with you. Thank you. Over to you, over to Shinai.
I just want to clap.
Wonderful, Sia. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So much of joy.
Thank you. I see some lovely comments there in the chat. Thank you. A lot of love back to you guys.
And see
Master of so many instruments.
Yeah, that's a little passion of me, always trying something new.
but this is only half of them. So isn't it Sia? Sia plays 8 different instruments, I would like to say. Besides the violin, piano, and guitar, and the Native American flute. Of course, she played all of them, but also she plays harmonium and accordion and sarangi and the bass, right?
You
Yeah,
forgot one
yeah.
more thing. She can sing. Her voice.
Yeah, actually, saying that in this Om track, maybe you heard that we're trying to make instrumental music also for meditation, and I love to use the voice as an instrument, just with on O, ah, and just playing with harmonies and just using it just like the violin. So that's fun. I'm learning sarangi, but I'm very lazy. I haven't touched it for a long time. I need a tail off for that. But yeah,
Next time.
sarangi. Next, yeah, if Shania invites me, I have a reason. I have no reason not to practice. I have to get back.
And then here you told us, I will let you to go, right? After this is the last piece. But I don't know if he will let you to go.
Well, I'm here. I'm not far. I'm in the online world, so I'm happy to join you anytime.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much.
but thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is
Yeah, just want to say, like Sia said, Sahaja Yoga is such a small, such a, world where you come, you know each other, you different parts of the world. And I'll tell you my experience when I met first time Sia. We felt like we know each other. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't see each other, but we know each other and we got connected so quickly. So that's
Yeah,
what happens in Sahaj when we
it's
are.
right. It's just,
Yeah.
and it's something you just never really experienced like that before, and not so often, right? So
Yeah.
you become so close so fast, and it's so much full of trust,
Hmm.
and very often from such different backgrounds. This is a stunning thing, right? I mean, we're all
Yep.
from so many different countries with so many different backgrounds. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we miss you a lot here in the Bay
Yeah,
Area.
you too.
very nice. Of course, it's not. I mean, wherever you go, any countries, and who met as a Sahaja, and you really, as Satish told, like you really get so connected. I mean, because their Kundalini is awakened, and in their face, in their eyes, and their smile is completely different, and you get so connected as you know them so long ago. And that is a
Yeah.
beautiful joy giving. It's a beautiful joy giving. And that means actually it makes us one. It makes us one because when we become the spirit with the awakening of Kundalini, and you really get that real joy of the spirit with everyone, not only in, but with everyone when you meet them. So, Sia, my dear, I believe I'm sure many our other friends, they would like to ask me some questions to you. If you can stay a little bit more with us, I will give it to our friends. So if they have any questions to you, please.
Just, I wanted to add on very briefly what you said, because I think this is very important. When we start meditation, we think it's maybe our own individual path, and it is. It is our own individual path. I have to sit alone. In that moment, I have to be most important. I have to look after my spiritual growth, and I meditate. This is it. But at the same time, it's a collective experience. And very often you may have noticed that it's a little hard to meditate on your own, and then you go into collective and boom, it's easy. So because we're all connected, like the fingers of a hand, it just works like that. So it has these two things in Sahaja Yoga, right? Which now obviously with the COVID happens online, and I'm stunned how beautifully it works. We all in our homes, and the vibrations are right. We're drenched in vibrations, just knowing you guys. I can't even see your faces, but I can feel the vibrations of you all being there. And this is this miracle of collective meditation, right?
Very true, very true. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, I will give it to our friends. Now, please, your turn. If anyone would like to say anything or question, yeah, please go ahead if you have something to say to Sia before she leaves.
Hello, Siaji. This is Sandeep Joshi. How are you? Thank you so much for
Hello,
the
Sandeep.
very, very awesome performance today. So many instruments, and
Thank you.
yeah, and thank you so much. And one thing that I felt very connected is when you played the flute, because it reminded me of my dad, who is no more, and he was a flutist, and he used to play the same flute that you played. So it reminded me of him, and I felt very good, remembering him. And of course, I felt very strong vibrations when you were singing, when you were doing all the performance. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have always had a great love for the Native Americans, and I think it's just so nice that I finally got this Native American flute. And I think it's nice if we live in their land. This is their land, to honor them. And there has been a lot of wrongdoing against them, and still is. And in a way, the reason why I play, particularly why I insist sometimes on playing the Native American flute in programs, is because I just have this hope, this prayer that maybe through this offering, maybe hopefully something will open up, or something will be forgiven, or just in honor of these souls here who have suffered a lot. That's just in my heart. I just enjoy playing it. So if you have a different connection, is beautiful. With the Bansuri flute has so many similarities, but Neil has to play next time to show you what those similarities are and the differences.
Thank you.
So can I add something? When Sia and her family, they were moving from Bay Area to Arizona. And then on the way, she called me, you know what I got? I found it finally, Native American flute. Yes. So I'm so excited to play. She was so happy.
Yeah, it was a long, many decades of desire to have one. And then in a tiny little market, they sold them. And it was fascinating, really, because the flute maker was explaining that the length of the flute has to be your arm, and then they measure this with the hand, and this with the thumb. So this is not measured with some what do you say? This is not measured with a tape or something. This is actually measured with somebody's hands and proportions of his hand. And how this ends up being in tune is a miracle. But this is how they drill these holes: is hand, finger, something like that. I didn't remember. So that's pretty amazing. And it has a little buffalo and a feather. Navajo, they write. Very lovely people, actually. Amazing people. Those Navajo. Okay.
Hey,
So
Sia, I just wanted to
Yeah.
Sia, I just wanted to say Sia is my daughter's name too.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you know, that's a very prominent figure in Indian Hindu mythology. So she was the wife of Lord Rama, who is worshipped as a prominent god in Hindu mythology. And so Sia is another name for goddess Sita. That's how I named my daughter Sia too. And I wanted to say that your voice is just divine. So many instruments and vocal. It's just a very amazing. I had goosebumps several times throughout the meditation process. Yeah.
And
I wanted to and I wanted to say, especially when you sang the Hindi song Jago Kundalini Mata, I couldn't say that you were a non-native you were not a Hindi speaking person, because
That's really sweet of you.
The way you pronounce the
my
words.
pronunciation is probably pretty terrible.
Yeah, I know some words were really hard to say, but you said it so beautifully and so clearly. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us. Thank you.
Say hello to Sia.
Sure, I will. Yeah.
Always nice to meet new Sias. There's not many.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sia, there is one question in the chat.
Okay.
That is, did you teach yourself the flute? I recently bought one, but never had played an instrument. From NC.
Hi, NC. Yes. And it's actually really funny because I tried the Indian flute and I just never can get it quite right. But with the native flute, I don't know, it's maybe, I don't know, it comes quite spontaneously. The way this flute, I don't know if you don't want to talk too long about it, but the way this flute is played is it doesn't have one note per lifting a finger, but there's sometimes two. And then you leave this finger down. So it's basically a 5-tone scale, a pentatonic scale. And I can't really go up in the higher octave, just little, kind of cheat a little bit on the higher note, but this is basically the note you got. And then you just I just try to build it up somehow. And I was listening a lot to Native American flute. Sometimes maybe doing these tongue movements, like, you know, like that. So a little effects like that. But if you get yourself a flute, just try that and just try to mess around with whatever combination sort of works because of this sort of pentatonic scale. Does that help?
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to. You have also Native American flute. Well, you can always have a little meetup once. Give my details from Chennai, and I can talk you through. But again, I didn't learn it. I just experiment with it. San Diego. Okay, well, there's online.
Okay, so yeah, then I can just give a little bit pause. I can send my email to everyone who would like to connect with you, and then do that. So I can definitely give this connection with you, everyone.
Sure.
Okay, so I sent my email, and yeah, please, if you have any more connection with Sia or questions, and you can send me, and then I can give all those details to you. And then you
well,
can...
thanks very much for staying so long, and have a good night.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sia. Bye.
Bye.
So much, Sia, and really, you give so much joy to all of us, and lots of vibrations, and we really enjoyed.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I put my email here too if you want to get in touch. So because Enzi was asking for flute class. So yeah, you have my email in the chat. Just go ahead and contact me. Okay, have a good night, you guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sia.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
So yeah, thanks again to everyone for joining and giving the time for us and for yourself, and hope you all enjoyed, and have a good night to you all. Have a blissful night. Tomorrow again there is the meditation, and I will see you all next Tuesday, and I will bring another one, Sahaja friend, that he will also join for the next Tuesday. And have a good night. Lots of love to you.